Good morning, children. I hope you are all doing very good and safe at home. Okay, in our today's class, we are going to learn about an everlasting character in our life. Do you know who's he? He was called the Missile Man of India. Did you guess him? Yes, of course. He is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So, the topic which we are going to learn today is an extraordinary man. An extraordinary man, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. What do you all know about him? Yes, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. His full name is Aul Pakir Jainuddin Abdul Kalam. Aul Pakir Jainuddin Abdul Kalam. He was born on October 15 on the year 1931. He was an aerospace scientist from India and he was the 11th president of India. He was also known as the Missile Man of India. Okay, shall we get into the lesson? Before we get into the lesson, we'll just see the hard words that are given in this lesson. See here, children. The first word is abandon. ABANDONED. The meaning is gave up. Abandon, gave up. And the next one, diligence. DILIGENCE. Diligence meaning is continuous effort. Diligence means continuous effort. And the next word, worth. WORTH. Meaning valuable. Worth means valuable. Occurred. OCCURRED. Meaning happened. Next one, supplement. SUPPLEMENT. Supplement meaning is added to add something. Flourished. FLOURISHED. Flourished meaning developed. And the next, missile. MISSILE. Missile meaning a powerful exploding weapon. A powerful weapon that explodes. So, see from the beginning, abandon, gave up. Diligence, continuous effort. Worth, valuable. Occur, happen. Supplement, add to. Flourish, develop. Missile, a powerful exploding weapon. Okay, children, we have seen the meaning. Now, we'll have to get into the lesson. So, what are we going to see here? We are going to learn about an extraordinary man. The lesson name is an extraordinary man. Who is that extraordinary man? We are going to learn about APJ Abdul Kalam. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He is given as the extraordinary man here. So, we are going to learn about the lifestyle and the hard works that we have done in this life. Okay, so let me learn once. Let me read once. Just listen. So the first, the storm raged in its fury in Rameshwaram. An old man lost his house, boat, his livelihood. He sent a telegram to his youngest son asking him to come back home. The young man didn't have the money to go back, so he decided to sell a book that he had. So when in the beginning of lesson itself, we are starting with the storm. So the storm raged in its fury in Rameshwaram. So Abdul Kalam, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he was born on October 15th on the year 1931 in the little town of Rameshwaram, in the coastal town of Rameshwaram. So in the beginning we have the storm raged in all its fury. The storm raged in all its fury in the coastal town of Rameshwaram, which is located in Tamil Nadu. An old man lost his house, boat, his livelihood. So when the storm had ended, an old man lost all that he had. What all he had? He had a boat, his house, and his source of livelihood. So whatever he had for living, everything he lost after the storm had over. he sent a telegram to his youngest son asking him to come back home. So what he did is, now this old man, after the storm, after he lost everything that he had, he is sending a telegram to his youngest son who was studying engineering in the Madras IIT, Madras Institute of Technology at that time. Okay, so he is sending a telegram to his youngest son. What did he send in the telegram? He asked his son to come back home. He asked his son to return back home. So after the storm, he is asking his son to return back home. Where is the son? His son is in the Madras Institute of Technology. He was studying engineering there. And the young man didn't have the money to go back, so he decided to sell a book that he had. Now, this young man saw the telegram which was sent by his father, and after reading it, he had to go home. But he didn't have any money with him. He didn't know what to do. He didn't have any money to return back to his home. So what he did is, he decided to sell a book that he had. He had only a book that was of some value. He thought that it might be of some value. So he decided to sell the book and get the money to go back to his home. I hope that you understood till this, children. So we will move on to the next paragraph. The man in the bookshop opened to see if it's worth buying. Awarded to APJ Abdul Kalam for his excellence in academics in the first year of engineering at the Madras Institute of Technology by the Vice Chancellor. Who is this Abdul Kalam? It's me. Why do you want to sell this book? So after this, what's happening at the end? So this young man, he decided to sell the book which he thought of some value, and he thought that okay, he can sell this book and he can go back home by having the money. So after that, the man, now he is going to the bookshop and he is asking the bookshop owner to give him money, getting this book from him. So the man in the bookshop opened to see if it's worth buying. So after he had given the book to the bookshop owner, so he is just opening the book to see whether the book is worth buying. He cannot buy everything, right? So he is just opening the book and seeing it whether it is of any value. Worth means valuable. Worth means valuable. So he thought, he just opened and checked what is this book and what type of value it has. So when he saw the book, when he opened the book and saw, it was written on the first page, awarded to APJ Abdul Kalam for his excellence in academics in the first year of engineering at the Madras Institute of Technology by the Vice Chancellor. So it was written on this code was written on the first page. So when the shopkeeper saw this lines, awarded to APJ Abdul Kalam. So now who is the student? The student is Abdul Kalam. Yes, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So this book was awarded to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam for what? For his excellence in academics. For his excellence, for doing very good in his academics. And then in the first year of engineering, when he was studying itself, he was in the Madras IIT. He was studying engineering only. So in the first year of engineering at the Madras Institute of Technology. And this book was given by the Vice Chancellor. So by reading this, the bookshop owner was shocked. So he was asking this man, who is this Abdul Kalam? The bookshop owner is asking the young man, who is this Abdul Kalam? The young man is replying, it's me. So who is the young man? It's me. So Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is saying that it's me and it's my book. It was awarded by the Vice Chancellor only to me. So now the bookshop owner was shocked to see why he wants to sell this book. Now he is asking, why do you want to sell this book? That also it was awarded by the Vice Chancellor. Why do you want to sell the book which was awarded to you by the Vice Chancellor? So he is asking the young man. So the shopkeeper is asking the young man. Okay children, till this we will see. I'll read it once, we will see the recap of it. The storm raged in its fury in Rameshwaram. An old man lost his house, both his livelihood. He sent a telegram to his youngest son asking him to come back home. The young man didn't have the money to go back, so he decided to sell a book that he had. The man in the bookshop opened to see if it's worth buying. awarded to APJ Abdul Kalam for his excellence in academics in the first year of engineering at the Madras Institute of Technology by the Vice Chancellor. Who is this Abdul Kalam? It's me. Why do you want to sell this book? We'll see the next. Under him, India's space research and missile programs flourished. The satellite Rohini was put into orbit and missiles such as NAD, Prithvi, Akash, Trishul and Agni were developed for the Indian Army, making India less dependent on developed countries for defense technology. So, once he joined in those aircraft space engineering, under him, India's space research and missile programs flourished. So, he was able to guide everyone. So, under the team of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, India's space research and missile programs were developed. It was flourishing, it was developing. And what it is, they started to work on the satellites and missiles. The satellite Rohini was put into orbit and missiles such as NAD, Prithvi, Akash, Trishul and Agni were developed. So, the satellite Rohini, this is a satellite name. The satellite called Rohini was put into orbit. And the missiles, what were the names of the missiles? NAD, Prithvi, Akash, Trishul and Agni. So all these are the names of missiles. So these missiles were developed for the Indian Army. These were developed for the Indian Army, making India less dependent. As we all know that India is a developing country. So for such things we used to depend on the developed countries. So these missiles were making India less dependent, not to depend on the developed countries more. So these missiles and satellites made India less dependent on developed countries for defense technology. Okay children, till this we'll stop and we'll be seeing the remaining in our next class. So we'll go with the short recap of what we saw today in our class. So first in the beginning we saw about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's family struggle. So in a coastal town of Rameshwaram, in little town of Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu, there was a storm. The storm raged in all its fury in the town of Rameshwaram. So an old man, he lost all that he had. So he lost all his house, his boat and all his source of livelihood. So what he did is, he called his younger son and he asked if his younger son was studying engineering in Madras Institute of Technology. So he called him and asked him to return back to his home. This young man did not know what to do. He didn't have any money with him, so he didn't know what to do. So what he thought is, okay, he was having a book. He thought the book would be of some value. So he went to the bookshop. He asked the bookshop owner to have the book and give him some loan. So this bookshop owner, he first opened the book and saw whether it is of some value. So he could read that this book was awarded to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam by the Vice Chancellor for his excellence in his first year of aeronautical engineering. So by seeing this bookshop owner was shocked and asked this young man, who is this person? And this young man also said that it's my book and this book was awarded to me, replied the young man, which means Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So this shopkeeper was showing some concern by having mercy on Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He said that, okay, I'll give you loan. The book will be very safe with me. So I'll give you this book whenever you need it. So you can come and get this book from me when you have the money. But I'll give you some loan, which means some money for loan. But the book will be very safe with me. By believing him, this bookshop owner, just also he had the book and he gave him the money. So this incident was being recalled by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam when he visited Madras Institute of Technology. So this incident had happened many years ago when Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was a child. Okay, so now we will learn about APJ Abdul Kalam's life. So Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, APJ, Awal Pakir Jainuddin Abdul Kalam. Full name is Awal Pakir Jainuddin Abdul Kalam. He was born on October 15 in the year 1931 in the little town of Rameshwaram. His father was a boat builder and he gave out boats on rent to just support his family's income. And Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he knew that what his father earning it was not sufficient for running the family. So he decided to sell newspapers. So as a child, as a young boy itself, he went for selling the newspapers. He sold newspapers and he supported his family's income. And since their house is in Rameshwaram, which means in a coastal area, he used to sit and watch the flight of seagulls. That was because of that he was fascinated to learn, which means to study aeronautical engineering. So his aim was to become a pilot. So his early memories are to being with his mother and eating and sitting inside the home in a very simple home, which means sitting on the ground floor of their home. And by having this thought, by having this interest within him, he finished his graduation in St. Joseph's College, Trichy, and after that he went to study aeronautical engineering in Madras Institute of Technology. He finished his aeronautical engineering too, and after that he wanted to get into Indian Air Force. But out of 25, he was the 9th person. Only 8 people were selected. So he was very disappointed that he was unable to make it into Indian Air Force. So he just left. He forgot of becoming a pilot and he joined in a defense ministry. Once he joined in a defense ministry, he rose to a higher level because of his hard work and continuous effort, because of the diligence that he had within him. So after that, under him, he rose to a higher level and he reached the senior positions too. After that, under him, India's space research and missile programs were developed, and the satellite Rohini, under the team of him, the satellite Rohini and all these missiles were sent into the space, and this Indian army, because of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, this Indian army was making India less dependent on the developed countries for defense technology. Okay children, I hope you understood till this. We'll see the remaining in the next class. And this is your homework and activity time. We'll see what's the homework. So for your homework, you'll be getting synonyms, antonyms and short answers. You will have to copy whatever is given in the PDF in your class note, write neatly. Don't do any mistakes and write your notes and submit your notes on a particular day. For activity, write an essay on APJ Abdul Kalam. You can write it in your class note itself. Write an essay on APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay children, we'll see